Hello my friends, Baltmatrix here, and today we're taking a look at a no-take backsies from Amazon seller misrepresenting what the item was. THUNDERHOWL from Transformers Bumblebee Adventures. This is the Ultra Class unit, and it's an Ultra Class. What can I say? Box is pretty minimalistic. The overall design of the figure is pretty good. And I have a new turntable that beeps. So that's nice. THUNDERHOWL in robot mode is a bit of a freaking mess, especially when it comes out of the box. Once I got him clipped out of the box with 6 zip ties for the robot mode and then 1 zip tie per accessory, the accessories being the tail and the sword, his arms fell off, his shoulders fell off, and then his legs became unpegged. And these legs are a bit of a mess. We'll get into that in a minute. The overall aesthetic of the figure is pretty good, though. It looks fine. It's just not colored quite correctly. Because if I remember correctly, THUNDERHOWL in the show is blue, not green. And to reiterate the point of the coloring, even the figure on the back of the box is not colored the same. The blue outline on the shoulder pads and on the legs and some other spots is correct. That is perfectly fine. But then we've got this deep, deep, deep green as opposed to this green, which makes me think this figure was designed and produced before the character was finalized. The sword that the figure comes with is very cool and can fit his wolf head on it, though according to the directions, you're not supposed to put the wolf head on it. You're supposed to put the wolf head on the chest, and that pegs in very easily, like so. But I kind of liked the wolf head on the sword. The other accessory that the figure comes with is this cloak, which just pegs in these 2 large peg holes on the side of the head. Good luck trying to get it on and off, because when you do, you flip out the Energon gimmick. And speaking of said Energon gimmick, come on, deploy, blast you. There we go. Technically, the wolf head will fit on the chest with the Energon shield deployed, but it works so much better with the Energon shield. But the Energon shield works so much better with the wolf head off. It actually sits flush, as opposed to when you put the wolf head on, it just kind of sticks out a bit and looks a little weird. Actually, it looks like an Energon Cthulhu face. I mean, this looks like Cthulhu tentacles coming off the face. What a weird figure. The figure's posability is a bit limited just due to the nature of the size class. Shoulders are on very limited ball joints, swivel just above the elbow. These swivels actually are very easy to come off very easily. They're what broke or fell off on both arms when I pulled it off. 90-degree-ish bend at the elbow. Fists do articulate as they are on limited ball joints. No hip articulation or torso swivel, but there are ball joints in the hips, and then swivels just below that, and there are knees. But oh, boy are they tight. That's because of the transformation. And then there is some ankle articulation thanks to a ball joint. I would love to show you wonderful, dynamic poses of this figure, but its hips are so wibbly-wobbly goobly because of the transformation that, forget it. Just don't even bother trying to really pose this thing. I can barely get the figure to pull off the pose that's on the back of the box, let alone anything more dynamic. The figure's transformation is very similar to that of a Cheetor transformation. Put the arms forward with the elbow pointing up, turn the fists, and turn the shoulder shields forward, like so. Then turn the figure around, come down to the butt, and lift the butt up, and then undo the hips, which aren't really pegged into place all that well anyway, and try not to pull off the ball joints. Get these little tabs lined up so you can connect the hips to the rest of the section, or the rest of the butt like that. Then we'll collapse the shins forward, like so. Then collapse the knees, and swing the guards forward so you get a wolf-like bend in the legs. Come down to the tail, and there's a little slot down there for the sword, and we just get that sword pegged in like so. And finally, reach underneath, grab the wolf head, and just flip it up, and it will peg into place. And we're done. Except for, adding the cape. I'll be honest, the wolf mode's just kind of lazy. I think we've seen this transformation at least a dozen times already. It's just boring and pedantic at this point. It's your typical, figure just kind of leans over and turns into a beast. I mean, the fists are visible. I'm really hoping that the deluxe class version is better. That should be showing up in the beginning of November. I doubt it, though. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but the transformation is pretty lazy. I say that the transformation is lazy, but that's not fair. Given what limitations the designers have with a figure like this and this specific size class, I think they did the best they could. The materials all feel a little bit off, especially the gray plastic used for the joints, and all the ball joints are wrong. All the ball joints that are of this very, very light colored plastic, especially in the hips, are way too loose. I could probably fix that with some super glue or some other sticky material. It's not a great Ultra Class figure. In fact, I think the best Ultra Class figures, or my favorite ones, are Clobber and Alpha Trion. I think those are much better Ultra Class figures than Thunderhowl here. It really isn't fair to Thunderhowl. Though I do have to admit, the cape does make this mode look dope in the best way possible. The wolf head is actually really cool looking. I like the way this wolf head looks. The mouth can be closed, open-ish, or I'm going for your jugular. Overall, I'm not the biggest fan of Teen Wolf here. I think it's okay, but it just could be so much better. I hate saying that. I really do hate saying that because I don't think that's fair to the designers of this figure. They, as I said, have limitations, material limitations, and I honestly think this character was designed, or this toy was designed before the character design was finalized. I really do. It just has that feeling to it. Though I'm really hoping the deluxe class figure is better or more enjoyable than this. This isn't terrible, but it's got enough flaws that it's a solid don't buy from me at this point. I would recommend picking up something else if you could get a hold of that Clobber. That's a really good figure and really should be in your collection if you don't have it. So, yeah. So, folks, let me know what you think of this figure down in the comments. Be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. Thank you so much for watching. I have been Baltmatrix, and I'll howl at the moon with you next time.